with nearly 400 horsepower, a 10-speed paddle shift transmission, factory anti-lag, and active electronic Fox shocks all the way around this thing. I reckon the new next-gen Ranger Raptor could just be the best dual cab to hit the market in decades, and I've been lucky enough to get thrown the keys. Let's talk about it. With the next-gen Ranger Raptor, Ford chose violence. There's no denying that. Now, the previous generation, albeit super sick, it had the tough looks, it had the tough suspension, it was lacking in the performance department. And Ford Australia woke up and decided it's time to get after it. The engine they put in this, the suspension, the aesthetic changes they've done to the next-gen range of Raptors is phenomenal. And we're here to talk about it. I absolutely love it. Now, for starters, you're probably thinking the front of this thing looks a lot like the American trucks, the F trucks, the Chevys, all those big things with a massive flat front end. And that's exactly what they were going after, trying to emulate that North American market vehicle. On the Ranger Raptor, you can see we've got the bold black Ford lettering, we've got a factory bash plate down there and factory recovery points hidden under these little covers. Another thing you'll notice about the next-gen Ranger Raptor is that it is freaking wide. We've got vents on the guards down here, we've got vents on the bonnet up here, you've got a lot of really cool bodywork details, including these massive pump guards in the front and the pump guards in the rear, plus these grey flares on top of it. Makes it a really wide car. And there's no mistaking this thing is wide, because even if you ignore all that, you notice the headlights. We'll jump to the rear in a second and talk about that, because they do it up the back as well. These C-clamp performance LED matrix headlights not only are insanely bright with a massive DRL in there, but the design of them, that C-clamp that brings the extremity of the light right out to the side of the vehicle, makes you realize, sort of guides your eye down the side of the car and sort of emphasizes just how wide this thing is. Having driven this thing around Sydney in some very narrow lanes and streets, let me tell you, it's a wide bloody car. Now, up the front, I spoke about the pumped guards and the headlights that really dragged your attention to the side, and the rear is exactly that. On the Ranger Raptor, you get some very cool options. You obviously get the Raptor badging on the side. Up the back, you get a factory tow bar. Now, this car can tow 2.5 ton. But what I want to talk about is these LED tail lights that have got integrated blind spot monitoring. They're positioned and designed in that particular style, again, to give you the effect of width. It draws your eye down the side of the car and makes you realize from any angle just how wide this thing is. The other cool thing about the Ranger Raptor is the exhaust. We'll talk more about that when we jump inside the car, but it's really cool to see how the twin tip exhaust, the tow bar and the recovery hooks are all integrated into the rear design of this car. This has got to be one of my favorite colors, the code orange. It is bright, it's vibrant, it's not boring, and that's exactly what I wanted in a Ranger Raptor. The other cool thing that this car has is the power roller shutter. You can open and close it from a fob on your remote. There's also a button in the tub there too, and it's going to keep everything in the tray out of the elements, which is really exciting, because nothing worse than having a tonneau cover that leaks, or just no cover at all. Now, up the front of this Ford Ranger Raptor is where things are really exciting. Previous generations had a little bit of a lazy diesel. Ford woke up and decided, done are those days. Over 290 kilowatts, over 500 newton meters of torque through a specifically for performance tuned 10-speed gearbox with paddle shifts. This thing is phenomenal. It's a 3-litre V6 twin turbo petrol motor and propels this car down the road at such an incredible rate of knots, it can really catch you out. The other cool thing about this car is that it's got factory anti-lag. Now, if you know anything about sort of performance petrol engines, anti-lag is basically a way where you can keep the turbo spinning so that that boost is ready to go even when you're not actually under load. So basically you can let off and then jump back on the accelerator, and it's going to hit you with that full power immediately. There's no turbo lag or anything like that. And this particular engine, the 3-litre twin turbo V6 petrol, uses the same materials that Ford use in their NASCAR engines. So you know you're getting something that's super tough, super staunch, super strong, and hopefully ultimately reliable. Now, I know there's a lot of tuning options out there and aftermarket accessories already on the market. These things have been out for a couple of years now, and that's really exciting to see, because there's so much ability to tune and upgrade performance petrol engines, and I think these are going to be a very popular platform for people to really take them to the extreme. With nearly 400 horsepower out of the box, What's a little bit more? Sorry to interrupt this episode, but I have an exciting announcement. We are giving away not one, but 2 full sets of Maxxis Razor tyres right here on YouTube, where you're watching this right now. So well done. Step 1, make sure you're subscribed to the Sam Young 4x4 YouTube channel. The second step is make sure you're following Maxxis Tyres Australia on Instagram, and again, you'll automatically be in with the chance to win. The best part of this giveaway is we're giving you some options. Whether you want ATs, whether you want MTs, whether you want 31s, 33s, 40s, it doesn't matter. You will get to decide completely for free if you win. The winner is going to be getting announced in around 2 weeks' time, so make sure you get that done. Anyway, good luck. Back to the episode. Now, there's a stack of things that set the Ranger Raptor aside from the rest of the range. You obviously get these sick 17-inch alloy wheels, and you can actually option these with a factory beadlock enabled rim from Ford directly, which is really exciting to see. They're wrapped in an all-terrain tire from factory, but one of the biggest things that you get in the Ranger Raptor that isn't available in any other Ranger form is the rear end, the suspension in this car. All other Rangers are leaf spring, but not the Ranger Raptor. This thing gets a solid axle with a Watts linkage and coilover suspension all through the vehicle. You've got 2.5-inch Fox live dampeners which can adjust electronically up to 500 times a second. The internal bypass, massive body, absolutely phenomenal use of technology in this car. And you can actually adjust not just the suspension modes, but also the steering wheel input and the exhaust modes, all from the buttons on the steering wheel, which is really cool. And knowing that that suspension is electronically adjusting 500 times a second means that no matter how silly you are on or off road, the suspension's going to be able to put up with whatever you throw at it. Now, chances are if you're buying the next gen Ranger Raptor, you're not going to be hauling a whole bunch of stuff in the back of it. But if you are, Ford have got you covered. The Ranger Raptor comes factory with a tub liner from Ford directly. There's also lights on both sides of the tub. There's also 12-volt power already wired in, and that roller shutter has a button in the back here so that you can shut it and open it from the back of the vehicle. Also sitting on this tailgate here while we're at the beach, fantastic, and Ford have got you covered. They've even put a couple of cup holders on the tailgate here, which we absolutely love. There's a stack of technology all around this car. The blind spot monitoring in these rear tail lights, plus in the infotainment system in the front, which is all touchscreen, looks like a bloody iPad. You can actually program in the trailer's dimensions that you might be towing, and it's actually going to give you trailer blind spot monitoring as well, albeit limited to 2.5 ton. My only gripe with this car, is that I wish you could tow a little bit more. 3.5 ton, hell, that would be convenient, especially for me dragging Land Cruisers around the country, but look, you can't have it all. But speaking of technology, I reckon we jump inside the car and we talk about that, because this thing isn't just a show pony for cruising around the shops. This thing has got some serious off-road technology built into it that's all controllable from the Elon Musk looking interior. So let's go talk about it. The inside of the Ranger Raptor is a sweet place to be, there's no denying that. And if you're worried about getting inside your obnoxiously orange car and forgetting that you're in a Baja-inspired race ute, well, don't worry about it, Ford have got you covered. I'm going to try and list off all the specs of the interior plus the off-road systems off the top of my head, because I'm still getting used to it. I've only had this car for a couple of days, so it's taken some getting used to from the old Land Cruisers that I'm used to. But anyway, let's run it through. For starters, the paddle shift. I love that they're mounted to the steering wheel. I love how they feel, and 10-speed, 4 performance-tuned gearbox is an absolute pleasure to drive, especially when you put the exhaust in Baja mode. Let's talk about that. On the steering wheel here, you not only have a whole bunch of really high-tech equipment to adjust the steering wheel inputs, the suspension inputs, the exhaust inputs, you have the Raptor button which you can hold and save all your settings so that when you jump in the car, you hit that button and it changes everything to exactly how you had it last set up, which I love. There's nothing more annoying than jumping in a car and having to change all your settings through all the different menus and stuff every time you want to drive the car. Over here, you've got cruise control, you've got lane keep assist, so the thing basically drives itself for you. I've been using it around town, in tunnels, on the highway, and it works really flawlessly. Like even Teslas, you do have to keep your hand on the steering wheel, but it's nice knowing that the car has got your back. You've got a 12-inch full portrait setup touchscreen display over here and a 12.4-inch display in front of you. There's no analog gauges in this car, it's all digital screens. The screen in front of you is completely customizable. It shows you all the different drive modes and that sort of thing, all the trip computers and all that sort of stuff. Over here, you've got Ford Sync system, which has got wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You're going to be able to control absolutely everything, including the inbuilt sat nav, seat heaters, all that sort of stuff. In terms of full driving capabilities, this car has got a heap of it. It's got off-road cruise control, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. It can be in two-wheel drive high range. Most of the time you can then, using the button down here, go into 4 high or 4 low. The other really cool thing is surrounding the buttons down here is a dial. And as you turn that, you're gonna have all your different drive modes come up. You're gonna start in normal. Then you've got sport, you've got slippery, you've got mud and ruts, you've got sand, my personal favorite, Baja, and also rock crawl. All these modes help adjust everything in the car. The suspension, the steering wheel input, the delivery of power, the traction control systems that are at play to give you the best possible vehicle for that specific scenario. Because let's be honest, Ford, the boffins behind Ford, and the computers in this car are a load smarter than we are. So it's nice to have full faith in that. I'm sitting in heated leather bucket seats that are fighter jet inspired. Everything about this car is cool. You've got a stack of charging ports, you've got wireless charging down here, and Ford have even gone ahead and put 6 pre-wired rocker switches up on the roof panel here, so that if you do want to put accessories, you know, maybe you want to run winch power, some spotlights or anything else, you can already use these factory switches up here, so you don't have to go drilling holes in your dash. The other really cool thing about the Ford off-road tech in this car is they've got cameras up the back, you've got 360 camera, you've got a camera up the front which actually shows you exactly what's in front of your wheels, and most excitingly, factory front and rear diff locks. This thing out of the box is a super capable vehicle and an absolute pleasure to drive, and I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. The other cool thing is, well, the exhaust. I haven't had this thing out of Baja exhaust mode. It sounds so good, especially when you're driving it in manual mode. It auto blips on downshift. It is freaking sick. The stereo's sick. Bang & Olufsen. Ford, well done, guys. A couple of things worth mentioning as well, that Ford have really gone ahead and shown that they've got that attention to detail. You've got ventilated disc brakes front and rear with a brand new redesigned electronic brake booster. You also have 850 mils of weighting depth from factory, which is a stack and a lot more than a lot of brand new dual cabs out there on the market. But I have a feeling most of you guys, including myself, will be slapping a snorkel on these things. Plus, a factory heavy duty side step, which is Raptor coated or bedline, so you know you're gonna have sure-footed feeling getting in and out of the car, and some sill protector when you take this bad boy off-roading. Owning a brand new vehicle and taking it to the beach can be a terrifying experience, and I was no stranger. But Chemical guys have got you guys covered. As soon as I get off the beach this afternoon, I'm going to be heading home and giving this thing the full works. And I figured I may as well show you guys exactly what I'm going to be doing so that you can give it a go as well. This is the Tough Mudder from Chemical Guys. This is a full drive truck specific wash, which I absolutely love. Not only is it going to specifically strip away mud, dirt, grime, grease, salt, but it's actually going to leave a protective coating on your paintwork to help reduce mud, grime, salt, dirt, dust, sand from sticking back on your paint surfaces. So that is a super sick product. The other one is, in this vehicle, we've got a combination of sort of Alcantara and leather, and I have got a massive dog that has drooled all through the back seat. So step one, the lightning fast stain extractor is going to help keep those seats clean. And once we've cleaned them, we're going to be hitting it with some of this. That's the leather protective serum from Chemical Guys. So it's going to help seal that leather back up, condition it, and all those good things. And the final step is VRP. There's a lot of plastic trims on the outside of this vehicle, so coating it with that is going to help keep them protected from UV, help keep the moisture in the plastic, and help keep them looking nice for a long time. There's not many dual cabs out there on the market that have been designed like this, with violence in mind. I absolutely love this thing. It's loud, it's obnoxious, it's capable, it's fun, it's fast, it's everything a daily driver and performance ute should be. Plus, it's insanely capable off-road and the perfect weekend warrior if you ask me. Now, that has been a brief look at some of the tech specs of the next gen Ranger Raptor. If you want me to go into any more detail about my plans for the car or any of the factory options, drop a comment on this video, because I am keen to dive into this thing a little bit more. Now, I've been lucky enough to get this thing from Ford. I've got a couple other exciting things with Ford Australia coming up in the pipeline. Don't get me wrong, I still love my Toyotas, and having a brand spanking new Ranger Raptor, I wasn't going to say no to. Anyway guys, as always, hope you've enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see ya next Thursday.